Hello everyone, this is Mayank and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll discuss about a particular sector called alcohol sector, and then we'll see a stock also from this sector which can give a very good return, and we'll understand the fundamentals, the business and the technical also from that stock. But before I jump into the stock discussion, few pointers I want to put it for the alcohol sector and how it is placed in India so that it gives a clear picture for you. Show you two, three images. First image is Statista chart, which says the forecast of 2022 until 2024, the alcoholic beverage consumption in India in billion liters. So you can see 4.86 billion liters was for 2020. For 2021, it was 5.34 billion liters. For 2022, it was 5.63 billion liters. For 23, it's 5.91 billion liters. And for 2024, it's 6.21 billion liters. That means there is ever increasing consumption of alcohol which is projected until 2024. This is first chart to remember. Second important thing is here this article from Indian Express. So if you see here, 18.7% of Indian men consume alcohol, and the consumption of alcohol in rural is 19.9% compared to urban is 16.5%. In terms of states, Arunachal has the highest number of men consuming alcohol. It's 52.6%. Telangana is 43.4%, Sikkim 39.9%, Andaman Nicobar, Manipur, Goa, Chhattisgarh follows the chart. In terms of women, if you see, 24.2% women of Arunachal alcohol consumption people, and 16.2% in Sikkim, 7.3% Assam, Telangana, Jharkhand, Andaman and Chhattisgarh. Here also the rural women consume more alcohol compared to urban people, like urban women. Now, so two things. One, the consumption is increasing. Second, consumption is increasing both in men and women in the both section of is what is important note here is that rural consumption is more than urban consumption both in terms of men and women. So before I jump into the stock now, I have a question, open question for everyone. If you're interested, you can let me know in the comment section. Even the earning in rural is less than the urban people. Why the consumption is more of alcohol in both men and women compared to urban people? Basically, the consumption is inversely proportional to the income, which should not be there because ideally, if you want to destroy a family, if you have any kind of enmity with a family, make any one person of that family alcohol, what do you say, addicted to alcohol, and then you see this entire family gets destroyed. That means alcohol addiction can destroy anyone's career, life, and family. And this is a proven fact we all know. In spite of this, people who earn less they consume more alcohol. What is the reason behind it? Now, since those two, 3 points are clear, first, alcohol consumption is increasing. It's increasing both in men, women, and third, rural consumption is more than urban consumption. Now, let's go to stock. Stock today, what we're discussing is Global Spirits. So, Global Spirits is a company which operates in three different kind of businesses, all related to alcohol. We'll go to the business. First, let's the fundamentals. Fundamentally, this company has a relatively much lesser P compared to peer group. It's only 15.2. ROC, ROE is attractive enough. Promoter holding is good. They are a debt-free company. This is very important. They have a debt of only 180 crores, where their net profit is 187 crores. They are a completely debt-free company. Compared to peer groups, if you see in top 5 peer groups, United Spirits, United Breweries, Radico Khaitan, Global Spirits and Tilaknagar Industries. If you see top 5, in that top 5 they have the best operating profit margin. ROE they have the best in last 5 years. ROC also they have best in terms of last 5 years. Profit growth 63.17%, which is best in the top 5 list. 62.73%, which is also best in the top 5 list. But out of the top 5 list, they are a very, very small player compared to Radico Khaitan Breweries and United Spirits. So they are a micro cap company where others are mid cap and large cap companies, right? But this company has been growing very good over the last 5 years. What is the reason behind it? We'll just go into that discussion also. See quarterly results, they were doing kind of okay till a point in time, but after December, if you see, this is increasing very very fast. 57, 371, 382, 347. Again in December, it's got dipped a bit, but 479, 495. So this is growth. If you see yearly wise, they are doing very good till a point. 2015 and all. After they started jumping very very fast. 586, 707, 774, 853, 985. 1161, 1224, 157 and 1704. In terms of net profit also it's 7, 31, 59, 144, 187, 169. They are doing very very fast growth in terms of both net profit, operating profit and sales also from 2016-17 onwards. Stock price CAGR for last 5 years has been 63% and last 10 years 22%. But the growth, actual growth happened in last 5 years where they given a very good return of 63%. especially last 2 years from 2022 crash, especially after the crash of COVID 2020 April till their peak, they give a return of almost 17 times in that span of 1.5 years. That is a very very good return. But they have crashed from that almost 50%. So now the return is almost from that bottom out. The return is close to roughly around 10 times. So that made their price CAGR of 5 years very good, 63%. Okay. But overall, this company has been doing good. If you go to balance sheet and everything, reserves have increased drastically after the last 5 years. I'm telling you, right? From 351 till that time, it was very, very slow kind of thing. But after 351, it became double within a span of 4 to 5 years. Same goes for your current work in progress also. It was 0, 0, and then suddenly they started doing a lot of like setting up a lot of factors and everything. So it increased from 12. So now they're investing a lot of money setting up new plants and everything. We'll just go into that discussion also. You see, promoter holding, the promoter holding is 51.01%, where public holding is 42.56%. Okay, which is all public. This is the only negative point of the stock, that retail public has lot of stock within their hands. So that means if they start selling it off, this price will crash. Okay, this is one of the only negative points which I can find so far. So these are fundamentals. We'll not go into deep in all. So what this company does. So when you open the website, they ask you to confirm age. So when you confirm, they are into three kind of different businesses. One, they produce ethanol. Second, they do contract manufacturing. That means they produce alcohol for other vendors, which they call ENA. ENA is something called extra neutral alcohol. Sorry, it's called extra neutral alcohol, which is used to produce alcohol. The extra neutral alcohol, the ENA, what they say, has a volume by volume, or I think volume by weight, it comes, that is around 95%. Normally whiskeys and all, if you see, they comes by 47.5%, 48%. Beer comes in the range of 5 to 8, some goes even for 10%. ENA is the source of creating all these alcohols, and that comes into 95%. And this is the company which provides this to many other vendors. They have three business segments: value liquor, premium liquor, and craft spirits. The manufacturing segment, where they do distillery products, grain neutral alcohol, GNA, what they say, bioethanol, specialty denatured spirit, technical alcohol, fuse oil. Co-products are animal feed supplement they produce, carbon dioxide, and sanitizers also. The sanitizer I'll ignore because this is only because of COVID. They might have started because the alcohol-based company. But as of now, going forward, since COVID looks like it's over, the revenue percentage of sanitizer will be almost negligible. So we'll talk about only few things here. If you want to know more about what products and all they do, you can click on view range, and then you'll get some details about what products they manufacture. This company I think I've discussed long back also once. So this product I think I've discussed before also in the past. So value spirits, if you click on value spirits, they will show what they do in the value spirits. So value spirits, they have few products like Goomer and also these are basically, I don't know, but this looks like they are on the cheaper side. Okay, so they have Goomer, they have Heer Ranja, they have Globus Special Series, Sahi, Golden, Goldie, Blue and Red. By any chance, anybody is watching this video, if you have come across these brands by any chance, directly, indirectly, do let us know in the comment section what are these, like which segment it belongs. But since my research on the brand says the value is the segment where which they target the lower income section, premium, and there's something called value plus and premium. So they that goes higher on the value chain of alcohol. Global Spirits, Dry Gin, White Lace, Governors, and these all things you can go through the website and understand what their products are and what kind of brands they have. But overall, there are the three segments where they produce ethanol, they produce this distillery products, and they sell alcohol directly with their own brands also. So now this is what the company does basically. Now we'll go to the con call letter. I'll highlight few important points about the growth of the company and why I have picked up this stock right now. So first I discuss how the alcohol segment, overall segment will grow faster. So any stock in this segment will grow from here if they are fundamentally strong and if they are doing business is the way they should. If there is problem with the management, if there is problem with their marketing, they might lose the market share, but the market is growing. So whoever company does good in that market, they will get benefited from this growing segment. And this company is fundamentally well placed. Let's understand what the plans of this management is and how they are trying to grow more. So I have already highlighted, so I'll open this thing in Viva. So I have already highlighted few points which I want to discuss. I'll not go through this entire con call letter. You can go through, understand more if you want to go and dig deeper, but I'll just highlight whichever points I think should be enough for you to understand the growth. So their first leg of capital expansion is December 2021 with the completion of a 140 kiloliter expansion in West Bengal. Then they are saying, they announced that our Jharkhand facility is ready for operation and they will start by August. So this is a con call letter for April, May, June quarter. Okay, July, August, September quarter will come in October or November. That time we'll get a more clarity picture whether it started or not. But they are saying this operation is started in August. With this, their total installed capacity of alcohol production will increase from 23 crore liters per annum to 28 crore liters with an expansion of 140 crores. Next round of expansion, they are saying in West Bengal and Jharkhand by 60 kiloliter per day or 2 crore liters per annum of each. So that's not separately. West Bengal is we go through 60 kiloliter expansion. Jharkhand will also go through 60 kiloliter of expansion. And then they are also thinking, and they are saying this will be commissioned by quarter 4 of current financial year. That means 2023 January, February, March quarter. Okay, that's the quarter 4. If you go down deeper, once the current plan expansion is complete, they expect the total capacity to be 42 crore liters, up from 18 crore liters in financial year 21. That means they will increase the capacity to more than double. Okay, after the West Bengal and other things gets up, they will try to get land clearance Uttar Pradesh and Orissa. So clearance approvals are underway. Once they get it, they will set up the plant over there also. So overall, their capacity expansion will be more than double from the current capacity. And this everything they'll invest on 600 crores, and this is the record lowest per kiloliter cost for the industry. So this is the benchmark which they are setting. So this 600 crore will come from their internal accruals, and some money they will taking for debt. That money they are taking for their day-to-day operations like procuring the raw materials or transportation cost and things like that to operate. But the capital cost of capital expansion will be funded by themselves. This is one important part to note. Now other part what they are saying to reduce the cost and everything. Okay, so these things you can all read everything. Now as a strategic target, they are trying to achieve a 20% premium liquor revenue in the total consumer revenue portfolio of Globus in the third full year, while growing all segments of the consumer business. This is on the consumer business, not on the contract manufacturing. So this position will help them to increase their average realization per case for about 500 per case to 600 plus per case, because their margins will increase because they have more manufacturing right now. So this is one thing. In terms of reducing their cost, they have taken some initiatives. One of their initiative is to increase their ethanol production, and this to increase the ethanol production, trying to they have already made a contract with FCI, Food Corporation of India, to give them the broken rice to produce ethanol. This will help them to increase their margin per liter for rupees 3 rupees per liter in terms of the ethanol. So this is a very huge margin increase, and this is something which they have cracked the deal with FCI, because and then the supply of this raw material is abundant in the case of with FCI rather than depending on some vendors. So these are the few initiatives this company is taking to reduce the cost. So they are doing two things: they're reducing the cost and they are increasing their capacity also. So these two things will add a lot of margin increment in their business, and this is why their profits will also increase going further down the line. So increasing their capacity will increase the sales, and focus on decreasing their cost will increase the margin. So sales will give more margin, and then this cost reduction will increase that margin. So the profit after tax will increase further. So these are the few things which they have highlighted. A lot of other things are there in the call letter. So they are saying their net revenue record a growth of 33.7% year on year and 3.3% quarter on quarter to INR 495.4 crores. Okay, coming to operating profit margins, so the chart and all, their profit margin reduced, but they are saying it's happened because of the increase in raw materials, which is true for everyone. For cost and packaging cost is a major reason why this EBITDA got a little bit hit. But since the crude oil price getting reduced, so your transportation everything reduced, their packaging cost also reduced, and raw material they have tied up with FCI, so that will also reduce. Second important factor which they are saying is that since they are producing ethanol, in by March government is going to give some guidelines whether increase the price of ethanol. So once they increase the price of ethanol, their margin on ethanol will also increase, and their supply chain, as I told you, raw materials also sorted with FCI. So this ethanol business will also give them a good amount of. So overall, this company is placed very well. Their management talks are very good, very encouraging in nature. They have slightly risk also because they are a very small company and they are in a segment which is very much regulated, and it depends a lot on the government. The moment government changes some laws, changes some excise rules and everything, their margins get impacted. So this is a very risky factor in terms of any stock which is government dependent. So whichever sector you touch, if the government has a lot of say in it, it becomes very risky. Similar that goes for defense also, that goes for alcohol sector also. So these stocks are very much related to our government policies. So this is a risk which I wanted to highlight so that you can be aware of that part. So this I will request to go all to the all the later information if you want to know more about what's the individual margin. 1 year it looks very good for the stock, and the next 3 years, if they're able to achieve all the targets, they are going to do very good. And they are trying to focus a lot on the consumer segment along with their ENA and the contract manufacturing of ethanol. This is how the company is placed. And one more important point to highlight, this is quarter 3 and quarter 4 is very important because quarter 3 is and quarter 4 is all are festival and marriage seasons in India, and festival and marriage without alcohol is something which is not very easy to see throughout the country, right? So quarter 3 and quarter 4 might be very good results. When they come out of the quarter 4 results, I think in the month of May or June they will come with the result of quarter 4. So this particular few months is very good for the stock. So this we have seen the business, we've seen the fundamentals, we understand the alcohol sector. Now let's go to the chart and see. So this is how the charts look like. This is a very strong base. You see this had been tried a lot of times here. First here, then here. I'll just try to draw this part. First it tried here, then it tried here, then it pulling in this particular range, right? And if you drag it further and see how these things work, so I'll just try to see. This is very related to this particular base also, the previous down. So previous down was almost in the month of, I'll just close this, it's the month of 11 August 2021. So it's almost 1 year. If you see, this was a base, same time this was a base, and then started moving from here, it went till up. So this becomes a very strong first target. So if you see this becomes a very strong first target. I'll just put it over here. This becomes a very strong in that range. So it might go up to here also, it might go up to here also. This is a very strong first target. We'll see what kind of profit we can get from here. If you just put it and drag it from here to here, this can be return of 63, 65, 66, 67% around first target. If everything they do well, all the execution and everything, this might reach at the previous like second target. I'll put this, and third target I'm putting this. Now not necessary that they'll stop at their first third target. This might go beyond this if everything what a management says goes good. Okay, so I just draw this diagram to show you what the potential gain what we can have. Second target can give you 85%. Third target can give you at around 101.18%. So these three things can happen in together, right? So it all depends how the management has done, how the progress goes and all everything. But this first target is something which you should note that this should not take a lot of time because it happened in the past. And where it stopped 14 October 2021. So it's almost took only 2 months only to reach this price target. So this is a very good point to buy this stock. So if you are someone who is looking for a good trading opportunity, please do analyze this stock and see if you have conviction on this investment, and if you think it's good for you, you can go ahead with the investment. Don't take this advice as a financial advice or a recommendation. This is only research. You take your decision only by yourself. So this is all I have. Thanks so much for watching. Stay happy, stay safe. Give your feedback in the comment section if there is anything, any stock which you want me to analyze, any stock which you have a suggestion that this can be good investment. So let's meet in the next video on this Saturday. Thank you so much for watching.